Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I'm going to be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of December 2019. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome and I do invite you to subscribe. I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, excuse me, I'm going to be using my holographic tarot deck. I will clarify with my, excuse me, Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then I will end your reading, Sagittarius, with a crystal oracle card. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so I am feeling energetically, Sagittarius, something going on with my throat, which tells me maybe you have something going on in your throat chakra. It could be maybe just speaking, or maybe you need to speak up about something, or maybe there's something you need to express. And as you can see, the cards are already starting to fly out for you, Sagittarius. Now, if you are new to my readings, you may not know, but I do read jumper cards, which means sometimes as I'm shuffling, cards will literally fly out of the deck, or sometimes cards will like flip over. Those are the cards that I choose to read because those are the cards that I believe are trying to communicate a specific message. So let's continue on here. So what do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2019? Okay, let's make sure I've got everything kind of lined up here. Okay, Sagittarius, so I'm getting the sense that there's like a group of either people, or there's like a team of people as it relates to your work, your business, that are very much involved with you. At least I'm feeling like that first week of December, there's a lot of people kind of interfering with what you've got going on. And I want to say that is literally, people are kind of, interjecting their opinions. People are giving you advice, unsolicited, of course. People are, kind of trying to get involved where they don't really need to be. And I'm sensing that energetically as well as literally. So we have the Three of Cups here upright, Seven of Cups upright, Seven of Wands, excuse me, upright. We also have the Five of Cups in reverse, Eight of Swords upright, Hangman upright, Hangman upright. So now the Three of Cups here tells me that there is going to be some type of gathering, some type of celebration for you in that first week of December. But like I said, I'm also feeling that because these two cards are right next to each other, that there's people becoming overly involved in a situation that really affects you. And it affects your work, it affects your finances, your money, your outlook on some level. So you just kind of have too many people trying to be involved someplace or somehow when they don't really need to be. Now I do see this Seven of Wands here, so that tells me that you will be establishing boundaries, and you will be letting people know, hey, this is my thing, or this is how I'm going to handle this particular situation. And in the past, you may have been overly sensitive about that, but you're not allowing that to kind of influence you anymore. Now, I do see this Eight of Swords here, and sometimes the Eight of Swords tells us that there's something we're choosing not to see as it is. So there could be a situation as it relates to these people becoming overly involved in your financial situation, work situation. There could be some areas that you're purposely choosing not to look at closely, or literally just choosing to ignore. Now, the Hangman here tells me that you may be feeling a little stuck. You may be making the conscious choice to kind of stay where you're at least for right now, because you're just not feeling 100% secure about moving forward and maybe doing something different that could or could not pay off. Now, sometimes when I get a shuffle where the cards just kind of seem blocked in some way, I'm feeling like there's a energetic block for you, Sagittarius. Or you may be feeling that way in that first week of December. All right, let's see what else we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2019. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius? And cards are flying out here. Okay. What do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius? All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2019? All right, Sagittarius, so it's looking really good as far as money flow. You do have some projects that are temporarily on hold, and you do have things that are not moving forward as quickly as you'd like them to. However, just because a project isn't moving as rapidly as you would like, that doesn't mean your money flow is necessarily slowing down. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Wands upright, Knight of Swords in reverse. We also have the Six of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this tells me that there is a new project on the horizon. However, the timing of it is just not going to be what you want. However, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means it's not happening right now. Now, this Three of Pentacles in the reverse, this tells me that people are noticing you for the work that you're doing and the contribution that you're making and the talents that you have. But there's some people who are maybe a little bit intimidated by you, by your skills, by your experience. And it's not that they don't recognize you for doing good work. It's just that on some level, they're intimidated. You know, they don't know how to either approach you, or it could literally be maybe someone may feel a little threatened by you, you know, because sometimes when we are kind of shining in our work and we really are kind of doing our best and we're getting noticed and people are, you know, really confirming that we're doing a good job, sometimes people don't know how to handle that. So I just don't want you to internalize this, because it has nothing to do with you not being, you know, this talented, successful person. It just means that sometimes the people around you are choosing not to acknowledge it. But we do have the Six of Wands here. Now, this is all about recognition. This is all about being seen. So the people closest to you may not acknowledge your talent, your skills, and your experience, but there are people outside of your circle who will take the time to tell you what a fabulous job you're doing, how talented you are, how, experienced you are, and how they really appreciate the work that you do. So it's interesting that these two cards kind of landed right next to each other, because this tells me that the people closest to you won't really see you for, your contributions and your work. But there are people outside of your circle who will see that, and they will acknowledge it, and they will let you know. Now, like I said, the Knight of Swords in the reverse tells me that things are slowing down. However, your money flow is not slowing down, but we do have projects that are probably temporarily on hold right now. I think I want one more card for you, Sagittarius, because I'm feeling like there's something else we need to know about this project. Yep. It's just a matter of getting the right people in the right place at the right time. All right. The Ten of Pentacles is the collaboration card, which means that they're still trying to kind of get the right people involved. There is a new project that you're going to be involved with that will pay off, that will be successful. However, they're just trying to make sure they have all the right people in place. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this a little bit more, Sagittarius. So what do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? Wow. For the month of December 2019. Now I see a lot of repeater cards here. This is interesting. All right, let's move him down. There we go. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, so you're really going to be in a place of trying to figure out what exactly it is you want and how you want your money to flow to you and for you, and how you really want your career to kind of, progress would be the correct term. We have the Six of Pentacles reverse, Hangman again. Remember, we saw him here. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords. We saw him here. King of Wands, Ten of Wands. Okay, as we move towards the middle of December, things are really going to kind of grab your attention, Sagittarius, and you are going to really kind of be forced, so to speak, to make some decisions. There's some things you've been ignoring, some things you've been procrastinating on, even some things that you've chosen that you just don't want to kind of think about right now. Well, those things are going to come up in that third week of December, and you're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to make plans, and you probably will have to start taking some action on several things. Now, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, this tells me that even though excuse me, you are in a good position financially, you know your limits. You're not going to allow yourself to be taken advantage of or to overspend or to get caught up, in something impulsive financially, because you know what's going on. You know the reality of your own financial situation. And while you're not necessarily broke, you're also not in a position to be wasteful or greedy or frivolous either. Not that you don't have those moments, because we all do, but just right now, that's not the energy that you're tapping into. Okay, sorry, I had to pause the video because I went through a little bit of a coughing fit. But anyway, like I said, that's just not the energy that you're tapping into, Sagittarius. And like I said, it's not because you're not able to. It's just that you have really some predetermined goals that you're focusing on, and you're not willing to steer away from them at this time. Now, the Hangman showing up again in that third week of December, this tells me that you're still kind of either you're deliberately not making a decision about something, or the decision that you're making is keeping you where you're at because that's where you feel safe. Now, either one of these is okay, but I have the feeling that this is something you need to be aware of because you could be holding yourself back. And that's what this Eight of Swords kind of brings to our attention. Now, the Eight of Swords, because here I see it in the reverse, I think you slowly come to that realization and you're willing to make a change. You're willing to kind of take a chance, so to speak, and you're not going to allow your own limiting beliefs to hold you back. Now, the Page of Swords means you're going to get some news and information as it relates to your work, your business, your money. And this information comes in quickly. The Swords is all about a swiftness. It's a air energy card. And the pages are always about, new information, coming to our attention and allowing us to kind of make better decisions when we are more informed of what's going on. Now we have the Knight of Cups here again. This means someone is going to be making you an offer. And I do feel that once this offer kind of presents itself, that's going to kind of be the tipping point, so to speak, of where you finally decide, okay, I'm not going to hold myself back. I'm going to move forward on this. I'm going to invest. I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to kind of be proactive and not allow things to kind of hold me back. Now, the King of Wands in the reverse means that you're ready to move. The King of Wands in the upright position sometimes means that someone is very grounded and they're very stable and they're very, very committed to being where they're at. But when he shows up in the reverse, that means you're willing to literally change locations. You're willing to move and to experience something different. You're willing to try something new, even though it may not necessarily be familiar or feel comfortable. Now, the Ten of Wands also means, or in the reverse position, also means that you're willing to kind of let some things go. You are not going to be burdened down. You're making the decision to allow yourself to kind of let go of some things that are just not working. Now, this could be things that are like in your personal life, but because of the context of this reading, I'm feeling like this is something as it relates to your work and your business that you are deciding either to delegate to someone else, or you're just going to kind of omit things altogether. Okay. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2019? Okay, Sagittarius. So by the time December closes out, you're going to be in a much more stronger position, not only as it relates to your work, but also creatively. So I'm feeling like you're also going to be making some spiritual breakthroughs as well as some financial breakthroughs in that fourth week of December. Yep, there we go. Sagittarius, December is going to be a enlightening month, I should say. Let me make sure nobody is cut off here. This is the Hermit card, in case you can't see it. But we have the Magician upright, Three of Pentacles upright. Remember, we had that card here. Temperance in reverse, Eight of Pentacles upright, Queen of Wands reverse, Star and Hermit, both in the upright position. Now, the Magician, this is all about alchemy. This is about taking a situation and literally manipulating it to work in your favor, okay? This is about you having the tools you need. And it's also about you being willing to learn something new in order to get what you want. It's like, it's not that you're going to allow not knowing something to prevent you from living the life you want and achieving your dreams, but you're very willing to take that information and, like I said, manipulate it so it benefits you. Now, the Three of Pentacles, again, this is people seeing your work, seeing your talent, your experience, your skills, and these are people acknowledging it. Now, I have a feeling, because we saw that same card earlier here, it could be the same people who were possibly dismissive in that second week of December, but by the time we get to the fourth week of December, people can't ignore you anymore. They can't ignore your brilliance. They cannot ignore your contributions. They cannot ignore how good and how, favorable things are for you. So that's going to be kind of fun because that really puts you in a position of power, and it also puts you in a position of being able to have more control of your work and your career than you had previously. Now, the Temperance card in the reverse position, like I said, this card is all about movement and flow. And because she's in the reverse position, that tells me that you could be thinking about relocating or going and doing something different. However, there is some hesitation there. And it may not necessarily be something that you want to do, but it's almost like you're considering it because you're looking at the long-term effects of this decision. So this is something that I say you really need to weigh out the pros and cons, because there is going to be an opportunity for you to make a big change or to make a big shift in your current work or business or financial situation. However, it may not necessarily be the most positive thing right now, but future prognosis or future looking beyond of what we have right now, it could be something that could pay off. Again, you're really going to have to consider it and really look at the pros and cons before you make your final decision. Now, the Eight of Pentacles in the upright tells me that work is going to continue to flow in. There's going to be no shortage of opportunities for you to make money, for you to make new connections. I'm also feeling that you're going to be networking a lot more towards the end of December as well. So you're going to be meeting a lot of interesting people that you may eventually work with or partner with in some way. Now, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, she's someone who energetically, she's very stable and grounded, but when she shows up in the reverse, she's all about being open to change, being open to variety, being open to doing something different. And I think that's kind of been a recurring theme in your reading this month, Sagittarius. So, kind of have an open mind about some of the opportunities that may present themselves towards the end of December, because they could be something that excites you. It could be something that you're looking for but didn't realize that that's what you were looking for. And so there's definitely going to be some opportunities, like I said, to really move and shift as it relates to your work. Again, we have the Star card and the Hermit card, both in the upright position. This Star card really tells me that things are going to finally fall into place for you as December closes out. And you may be so overwhelmed by it that you really decide to retreat. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes in our own journey of self-care and self-healing, we need to withdraw from the world. Sometimes just for our own wellness and for our own mental health and spiritual health. So I'm feeling like once December closes out, you're going to enjoy the success and the enlightenment that comes to you, Sagittarius, but at the same time, you're also going to feel like you need to take a step back temporarily before you move strong into the brand new year. So overall, Sagittarius, it is going to be kind of an up and down month, the first half of December. But once we move into that third and fourth week of December, things are really going to start playing themselves out really, really well. And you're going to see that opportunity comes your way, recognition comes your way, and success comes your way as well. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and close your reading with a crystal oracle card. Okay, you got 2. We have fire agate, creativity. We were just talking about that in your reading. Wow. And then we have kunzite, self-love, which I think kind of reiterates this hermit card here. And then this creativity kind of reaffirms what we talked about with the magician and the 3 of Pentacles here. Very, very interesting. So energetically, Sagittarius, you are going to really be in that creative flow. And I do see that in the second half of December. Also, you're really going to be focused on self-love. There's nothing wrong with that. I do think self-love needs to be a priority for more of us. And self-love really allows you to be in that flow of love, money, wealth, prosperity, abundance, all the things that we love to talk about here. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you're interested in connecting with me for a private reading, those are available. I'll have the link in the description down below. And I think that's going to be it. All right, Sagittarius, thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. I'll see you again soon.